For those of you who ask, yes, this is my closet. Hey countries! So this week Steve wants us to talk about books and movies that have changed our lives. This was really hard for me to think of because I was like, I don't think there's been any books or movies that have made a huge impact on my life. And then I thought of two. First one, it's this book by Lori Arking, I can't even pronounce it, called The Beekeeper's Apprentice. It's kind of like a later Sherlock Holmes spinoff, but Sherlock Holmes isn't the main character. It's actually this girl. She's an orphan and she goes to live with some relative out in the country, and she runs into Sherlock Holmes and kind of learns from him and becomes his apprentice, and it's really cool. To tell you the truth, I say it's interesting, but I don't remember very much of it. So you may be asking, why did it make a big impact on you? Well, good story. I read this book probably about 4 or 5 years ago. It was my sophomore year in college, and it was right before I was about to move to Florida to go work for Disney. I was in a relationship with this guy that I really liked, but he didn't like me that much back. Not as much as I liked him. I'd had a conversation with his roommate in which his roommate said, look, I need to tell you the truth. I don't think he really likes you, but more the idea of you. And it really, like, hurt me, and I was like, God, like, that was mean. Why would you tell me that? Well, there's a portion in this book where, like I said, the girl's an orphan, and she actually became an orphan because her family was in this car wreck, and everybody died except for her. And the circumstances that led up to the car wreck were her and her brother in the backseat, like, fighting, screaming and fighting, and her dad turned around to scream at them, and when he did, he, like, ran off a cliff, and all of them died but her. Like, her whole entire life, she was like, you know, it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault, and people be like, no, it's not your fault, no, it's not, and Sherlock says, yeah, it is your fault. But it's also your dad's fault, your brother's fault, it's your mom's fault, it's everybody's fault, but it is sort of your fault. That's what she needed to get over it. Like, from that moment on, she was like, oh my God, it was my fault, but I need to kind of move on. And it just, like, showed me that the truth hurts, but if someone tells you it now instead of later, it is so much better for you. Like, if that guy's roommate had never told me, I probably would have pined over him a lot longer than I did. Second book is, it's called A Breakup Because It's Broken. This is the sequel to He's Just Not That Into You, and it's made for people who are, like, going through a breakup, but I found that, you know, it's really helpful in trying to just get over things, period. I recommend this book to almost, like, all of my friends. I'm like, get this book. So it's a good book. You should read it too. Now to my countries. Joel, what people don't know while you were making that video is that I was chatting with you on Facebook the whole time. So I was actually in that video. I was in it in spirit, and I think we had a conversation during our Facebook chat about Sonic, and I'm drinking from Sonic. It says slushy. Happy hour. Happy hour is from 2 to 4. It's like half off. So this whole drink, this could have been from my economical video, was $1. $1. Matt, you don't know this, but I write Post-it notes out whenever I watch everybody's videos, and yours has a little sad face. Emily, Chateau of a Doubt. Great to see you filling in for Steve. Steve, we miss you. Come back soon. I know that you're in the process of moving. Hopefully that gets worked out real well. And Emily, the whole video, I kept trying to figure out what was underneath that hidden thing. It'll take some kind of, like, weird form of color bars. I'm not really sure. Oh, goodness gracious, Amy, that story about your friend's bra popping out of the hoodie. I think I've done something similar to that, but it wasn't a bra. It was like a sock. But I can't imagine if it was a bra. That would be horrendous. Horrendous. I can't even stay silent for like 10 seconds. Like, you're amazing, because I wouldn't have been able to be silent the whole day. Lord knows that. Next week. Why am I talking about next week? Oh, probably because of my other collab channel I'm at the end of the week. Tomorrow, Joel!